So we spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy and money. Did I say time twice?
No. So, theme. Amitabh Bachchan, 8 years ago, loses his grandchild. And though he tries, the police, nobody can solve what happened to his grandchild. So he goes off, kind of unravelling, mentally breaking down over time. Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who was the officer in charge of finding Amitabh Bachchan's grandchild, also has to find redemption, so he becomes a priest. But today, 8 years on from that occasion, another child goes missing. Amitabh Bachchan is back, Nawazuddin Siddiqui is back, and this time, Officer Vidya Balan is also involved.
Mr. Gupta directed this film. We can't pronounce his...
Reboot. I'm just going to say it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Reboot das Gupta.
I think that's wrong.
Probably.
Right, anyway, so he directed it, and it's a shame because we go back earlier on to what we spoke about, that how we were so excited about watching this film through the trailer, and it just didn't deliver. I don't know how you felt. Actually, I do know how you felt because we had this conversation on the way back, but I think I want to start with the pacing of this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just felt it was all over the place.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just wasn't as smooth as I expected it to be. But my biggest concern was the glitches I felt which were in the script.
It was like The Matrix with glitches.
Yes.
It's got a good story, because the theme sounds really fascinating, right? But that needs characters with some flesh and some weight. It's supposed to be about redemption and broken lives, and I never felt any of that. And it really tried hard to manipulate me to do that, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't. And the crazy thing is that because it's sort of a remake of another film, I believe it's a Korean film, that if I'm not mistaken, I just would have expected. I mean, it's been selected because, you know, it's a good story. It's a story that friggin' you hear about. If something happened to your child, you would not be able to let go, and you'll probably end up spending the rest of your life trying to search for him, just like Amitabh Bachchan did. But it just didn't complete the circle for me, and it's annoying because we've got 3 amazing actors.
You make a good point. So, this was originally a Korean film, right? One thing about Far Eastern cinema is it's like really patient compared to like Bollywood, for example, or even Hollywood for that matter. Like in Korean cinema, the film doesn't use big soundtracks and dramatic pauses and things like that. That's not their style of filmmaking. That's not how they convey pain and drama and all those things. And I think maybe that's part of the problem, is that if you're trying to translate, I haven't seen the original Korean film, but if you're trying to translate that kind of style into Bollywood, which is known for big soundtracks, lots of dramatic pauses, all that kind of stuff, it falls apart because you're not allowed to let like things unravel. It's kind of like
no, absolutely. And then if we look at some of the performances, look, it's always said whichever film you throw Amitabh Bachchan in, this dude's a genius. He always does a good job with what he's got. I don't know how you felt about this, but I liked his performance in the film. I believed, especially with him, that he was actually going through a lot of the setbacks that he had in his life and not be able to let go with the tragedy that happened obviously 8 years ago.
He's got that face, right? Like he is everybody's granddad. Like he's a little bit kind of sad, a little bit worn, but he's still got the heart and passion that you'd expect of a man, you know, of that nature. So he carries his role well. The shame was, surprisingly, the 2 kind of, I guess, most critically acclaimed, Nawazuddin Siddiqui and Vidya Balan. They were the ones that, for me, didn't fill out their characters like Amitabh Bachchan did, which was just surprising.
Now, it's funny you say that, right? Because obviously I felt the same way, but what's interesting is that currently I found out that with the promotion side of this film, Amitabh Bachchan is actually promoting this himself. So Nawazuddin Siddiqui and Vidya Balan aren't with Amitabh Bachchan when he's promoting this film. And it seems like, I don't know, it's just stuff that I've heard, and I've seen a lot of videos when it comes down to just Amitabh Bachchan just talking about the film. But because they're not there, did something actually happen on set? Because it really felt like the energy that you expect from a film like this just wasn't complete, just wasn't there, just wasn't vibrant.
I didn't know that. That's a great point. It'd be interesting to hear about the backstory as things kind of go on. Box office is a big thing in India, so if it doesn't do well, everyone's going to be asking why, and I'm sure someone will be able to report on if there were some problems behind the scenes. But look, we talked about the acting, we talked about what should have been a really good story come to life, a script that was shaky at best. Everyone already knows and thinks that I hate Indian cinema. It's not true. It's just, you see great potential, and this didn't meet it, and so much so that I kind of feel like it's not even worth a recommendation. It will come out on Star Plus or ZTV soon. Watch it there, because that's the best use of your time.
Yep. Okay, guys. Well, to sum it up, a slow-paced film with very, very little character development and a dragging journey that you just want to see come to an end pretty soon, which is surprising because the topic itself is pretty horrifying. But as Ravi says, save your money, go check it out. I was going to say Pirate Bay. No, stay away from Pirate Bay. Go check it out when it hits DVD. We're going to love you and leave you. It's your boy Simon.
Ravi.
Peace out.
Okay.